Boom. Welcome friends to new video from Eleno, myself Nachiket, and as promised, I'm going to discuss about jobs. Okay, and we will go to very basics of what is a job and what exactly are the steps to land in a correct job using three simple steps. Okay, so I will be explaining you three steps which I think are extremely important and which needs to be I will call them aspects also. They are steps and the aspects both at the same time. Okay, so I will make sure that I will be giving you some information related to jobs and the aspects of landing in the correct job. Okay, so that's what it is. So let me start sharing my screen, and here you go. Okay, so welcome to this presentation and presentation come video. So I have purposefully noted these points so that you can pause and write down if you wish to later in the due course of time. Okay, so the first important thing is uh, landing in correct job always is going to be a what I will say, it's going to be a choice. Okay, so you can land in a wrong job because you chose few things which are not correct or which were not correct. Okay, so you landing in a right job uh, is always possible by designing your own career. Okay, so those guys who are already started working in some or the other company, this is still relevant. Okay, be with me still till the end of this presentation because you will have your own chance of switching from one position to the other in the due course of time. Okay, so let's start discussing. Okay, the first aspect is looking within for domain which interests you most. Okay, so you have to look for a domain, you should not look for a tool. That's what my clear understanding is about landing in a correct job. Okay, so always get back to the question, how I should land in a correct job. Now when I say job, it can be a business also, it can be anything. Okay, so it's just going to be which will earn you money. That's going to be a job. It can be business, it can be entrepreneurship, it can be the regular job. Nothing bad in job. I also worked for almost 8-9 years in a big company, so that's not a big deal. Okay, so doing a job is always good, but you have to look for the domain first. Okay, so looking within for domain which interests you most. The word is which interests you most. I have highlighted it here. Okay, so many times we do a mistake of following a guy who actually landed in a correct job, but that may not be your cup of tea. So somebody got a job in a good company, the company and the domain was his interest or her interest. You just followed it, but you were really not interested in that field. You were interested in something else and you never took it forward. Okay, so let's go further, let's go little deep about this. The first important uh, point is be very serious about your engineering curriculum. If you take it lightly, if you are just looking at it as the mark stuff or some what you can say ranking stuff, that's not going to help. Okay, it's not going to be good for your life. So make sure that you are focused on engineering curriculum for basics of engineering. Okay, try to get your concepts clear, try to make sure that you are always there with the engineering subjects and they are not burden to you. Try to make friendship with the engineering subjects. If they are difficult, they will be much better friends in the real world. Okay, so take my word, if you feel any subject difficult and if you go and positively tackle that subject, that is going to be a turning point for your life. Okay, make sure that you take engineering curriculum seriously. The next point is talk to yourself. When I say looking within, this is about you. Okay, talk to yourself, define why you are pursuing this education. If you don't know clear why are you pursuing this, why are you doing this? Is it because your parents told you to do so? Is it because you decided, because your room partner decided to go in this course? Is it because somebody forced you to do this course, or is it because you really find it interesting? Try to find out why. And if you don't have a why, you really have to define it at the earliest on priority. Okay, make sure that you define why are you doing this, and you talk to yourself. The next step is get introduced to various domains, because once you have defined why, you have to make that why successful uh, for others, and at the same time for you also. Okay, so it's not going to be a single effort. Your parents are going to put a lot of money in your education, and it is not good that you leave it at the middle because you don't know why you are doing it. Okay, so make sure that you get introduced to various domains. Okay, many of you are aware about domains. There are various domains. I'm going to come to the domains at the end of slides. Okay, let's go to the next point, which is start discussing your thoughts about domains which interests you. So unless you understand how many domains are there in the engineering field, you may not be able to find out which is the domain which interests you most. Okay, so you have to discuss with friends and family members without any prejudice. So why I'm saying you, I will tell you. We generally try to think our close friends or family members as not a good resource for our engineering curriculum, but that's not true. Even if they are not engineers, they have seen the world for much longer time than you have seen, especially the parents. So what you should do is, instead of discussing about domains, you can list down in a simple piece of on a simple piece of paper number of domains, and you can just circle the domains which interest you most. And when you are talking to your parents or elderly people in your home, or even the closest friends, you yourself will try to realize, because you are discussing and they are listeners, they may not give you a correct insight about the domain, but they will be the good listeners, and they will try to get you through to your domain which interests you most. Okay, I hope you are getting this. If you are getting it, make sure that you start writing the number of domains which you think are good for you. Okay, so that is important. The next part is, remember, you will become what you will think about. If you think that you are going to be a failure, you will be a failure. If you keep on thinking that, okay, I'm going to get a good I'm going to land in a good job, I'm going to land in a job which interests me most, you will be on that path. So you will become what you will think about. Never ever think that, okay, what will happen if I just keep on thinking. Automatically, because of your thinking, your actions will speak more and more stuff which is going to be positive. So remember, you will become what you will think about. The next aspect is decide domain and start journey to become SMTE. Okay, so on this slide it is written that decide domain and start journey to become SMTE. So what is SMTE? Subject matter technical expert. That is nothing but SMTE. So this is kind of a responsibility which you have to bear since your first day of your job. Okay, so make sure that you are going to become an SMTE some point or the other. Okay, that is something important. Okay, so this is an iceberg, and I'm going to discuss you iceberg model for competency. Okay, this is going to be a little longer, but bear with me. This is going to give you a lot of insight, and it will give you a lot of understanding about yourself, so that the realization will take you to the correct job. Okay, so first point is water line. Now we all know icebergs are there below the water line and they are above the water line, and what you see above water line are 2 points. Okay, the first point is skills, the second point is knowledge. So this is very easy to see through. So let us say I'm in an interview round and I want to go and understand a guy. I am an interviewer and somebody like you is an interviewee. I will try to understand through some tool tests, some workshops, some kind of a problem solving technique. I will try to understand your skills and knowledge. I may not be able to understand three things which are unseen unless you deep dive. That means they are not invisible, they are just visible when you deep dive. Okay, so the first is self image. That means whether you see yourself. So if I'm an interviewer, I will try to find out whether the guy who is coming for an interview sees himself or herself as a winner, or thinks that it's not my cup of tea. So that is something which is going to be more important for a long run in any big organization or a small organization than the skill and knowledge. So even if you have skill and knowledge and if your self image is not that good, the companies may think that okay, we will try and find out someone else. Okay, make sure that you find out what is self image. Okay, and you make your own image better for you, not for others. It will be always visible for the others, not for you. The next is traits. Okay, so traits, you can just google and understand what are the traits. So the discussion of this video is not limited to the iceberg model. It is more related to the how you land in a correct job. Okay, so make sure that you have found out some of your traits and you are trying to get those traits corrected if they are not as per your why. Okay, so this why is extremely important. Make sure that you have that why pinned in front of you, on your wall, in your wallet, anywhere. Why you are doing this? Because any time you feel that okay, I'm getting off course, you have to look at that why and correct your course and then move in a correct direction. Okay, the next point is motive. Now this is extremely important. I am a crash analyst. Okay, so I do crash analysis, I do impact, drop, blast kind of tests. What is my motive? My motive always, I try to keep it alive, is I will be someone who is helping companies to save lives. So when I'm working in safety, my motive is very clear. I'm not here to earn money. That's not my big motive. My big motive in the industry is to save as many lives as possible through better and better designs. I think it is pretty much clear. So you may find motive in your life. Money is a need, to be frank. Money is not a motive. Money cannot be a motive. Money is a need for everyone. Everyone needs money. So motive is something which is much bigger in your head and which will make you get closer to your goals. It will try to achieve your why. Okay, so this is something which is extremely important. Okay, just to summarize, skill and knowledge is something which is above the waterline, and trait, motive and self image is something which is hard to see. It is not invisible. Never think that it is invisible. People can see through you within 5 minutes, whether you are having a good self image, whether your traits are correct, and what is your motive. Okay, so make sure that you understand by discussion, by discussing with yourself, and get these 5 things through. Okay, let's go ahead and discuss the next aspect, the third and the last aspect, which is don't just join a content based training program, rather find a mentor. Okay, so when I say this, I really had good mentors when I didn't join any training program. I directly got a job through my college in 2005, and my mentors were the working professionals. That means I directly got under the mentorship in industry, and even my HODs in the college, it were the industry people. So that was a good thing, and I always feel pride in discussing this thing. If you get a good mentor, your life is going to change. Okay, so try to find it out. You will not just get it. If your why, if your motive is clear, automatically a mentor will try to find you. Okay, so that is something which is important. So don't forget aspect number 1 and aspect number 2. Now skill and knowledge upgradation is a continuous process. I'm also doing that. I'm one session I am a trainer, the other session I'm a trainee. So I'm trying to upgrade my skill, I'm trying to upgrade my knowledge, I'm trying to get connected to the world in a better way. So that is something which is always upgradable. Okay, so how you can upgrade it? There are three or four or five different steps. We are going to cover them. So tool training. Okay, many people go and join a tool training program, which is like a CAD program, a CAE program, a SAP program, a piping engineering, or some kind of a welding engineering, something like that, which you can improve upon. Okay, so that is first thing. But here also you have to look at this thing, which is find a mentor. When I say mentor, the mentor minimum should have 6 or 7 years or even 10 plus years of experience. Then only he can teach you something which is going to be valuable for you. A guy with 1 or 2 years or 3 years of experience cannot be your mentor, to be very frank. Okay, so make sure that you have a guy who is more than 10 years of experience, who is ready to take you as a mentee. Okay, so that is something which is important. So after tool training, you can have domain training. Okay, so along with tool training, there are many institutes who do a domain training where you have mentors which are domain experts. So the domains are, as I said in the earlier part of video, the domains can be for mechanical engineers, automotive, defense, railways, aerospace. Product, basically a domain is nothing but something which is a product. Okay, which is not just a tool. So now auto industry can use LS Dyna, defense industry can use LS Dyna, railways can use LS Dyna, but that does not mean everyone is using LS Dyna in the same exact manner. That is a difference between domain and a tool operator. So you have to be a domain expert. So SMTE cannot be a tool expert. SMTE has to be a domain expert. When I say SMTE, it is, if you guys have missed it, it is subject matter technical expert. Okay, the next point is industrial apprenticeship. So apprenticeships are much longer, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, as compared to the internships. Internships can be a shorter form of apprenticeship where you have some free time, you do an internship and then you go ahead. So industrial apprenticeships are going to be much longer. Like a Tata Motors has an apprenticeship program, big companies have Godrej has an apprenticeship program. Okay, so this is something which is more about skills, acquiring skills by working on live jobs. That is something which is important. Then the next part is research or teaching assistant role. So some guys who are going for master's degree, they can be an assistant or a research or a teaching assistant to a senior guy, a senior professor, and learning will give you more knowledge. That is what is a simple rule. So that can be another way of upgrading your skill and knowledge. And then you have a role like I did, GET or PGT, that is graduate engineering trainee or postgraduate engineering trainee role, where you are a trainee, you are responsible to deliver few things, but you are more responsible to get trained. Okay, so your responsibility is to get maximum training, and less responsibility is to deliver, because company is looking at you as a future resource which is going to deliver. Okay, so make sure that you are falling somewhere in these five roles, somewhere as a tool. Either you join a tool training program, or you join a domain training program, or you join an apprenticeship, or you join a teaching assistantship role, or you become a PGT or GET stuff. Now many people will ask me that where do I get a job? You have to create your own gravity, that is gravity of skill and knowledge, so that the jobs will get attracted to you. Now if you are just becoming a graduate from a college and thinking that I have graduated and everyone should be able to give me a job, anyone who is there in the market should be able to give a job, that's not going to happen. Okay, you have to create a gravity of skill and knowledge around you so that jobs will get attracted to you. Okay, is it worthwhile? If it is worthwhile, just in comment box type in yes, it is worth to listen to this video. Okay, and the last part is uh, you have to subscribe to Elena YouTube channel to get these kinds of videos more often. Try to get your friends also in the list, and try to get them subscribed to this channel. And if you think this video was useful, then of course give a like. If you think that it is not good, give a dislike, and you can share this video with family and friends. I think this is not just related to engineering, this is related to every single domain. Try to utilize it for every single domain, and I will see you in the next video. So thanks a lot guys, and we will see in the next video. See you, take care, stay safe, stay home, and watch this space for more content. See you guys, bye.